Hello everyone, welcome to an oddly specific tier list video, but I thought it'd be fun to make. So what we're doing with this list is we are ranking all the playable Mortal Kombat characters in terms of what the what role they'd be if there was a Mortal Kombat game that was in style Overwatch. So you got like your tanks, your attack, your defense, your support. I know attack and defense have been like merged into the DPS category for Overwatch, but I figured it would be better to keep them separate for this list because I think that makes things more interesting than just three groups. But yeah, I assume Overwatch doesn't need an explanation, so I'm just going to get into it. But yeah, I thought this would be fun. Just a silly, quick little video. I mean, it might take a while to decide on this, but it's going to be quite simple. And we can like think about like what their abilities would be if they were in this sort of game, team-based game like Overwatch. And if I wouldn't even mind if a Mortal Kombat game was like that. Not like an FPS, it wouldn't work in that way, but you know, just like a team-based game on an open map and stuff. That would be cool. As far as I'm concerned, I think Mortal Kombat should just be doing spin-offs now. I think the main series needs a break before they do another reboot. But yeah, also I just don't think you should have your fighting game developer company working on it though. NRS fucking sucks anyway, so I would ideally like spin-off games and they're developed by completely different developer company. But I digress. Basically, what I'm saying is like this hypothetical isn't even that absurd. Like I could buy into it. Let's start off with Jarek, and Jarek's probably a damage character. He'd be a damage hero. Well, I guess we'll say heroes because that's what the Overwatch character's called. Because you'd have his axe, of course. Which Overwatch doesn't actually have many characters with just melee weapons, but you know, obviously, slide. He has his Razorang Cyclone Spinner thing. That could be an ability. You throw it. I would latch onto someone, let's say. Kano Ball, I guess. I guess that is possible for an ability for him. Or his lasso and stuff. Now, I guess you could argue he's defense. You could, like, if we were looking at this sort of game, you could make his abilities defense-oriented. Basically, the difference between attack and defense is defense are just, like, they're all classed as DPS now. But they used to be split between attack and defense. Defense being catching more tools for if you're on the defending team, you have more tools to make. So like traps, turrets, stuff like that. So I guess you could have lasso traps and stuff. I suppose that is a possibility. Maybe I should make a middle group for DPS as a whole for like those that I wouldn't really be able to give a class to between attack and defense. So give me a second. There we go. We got a new middle category. Jarek's definitely DPS. I just don't know if he'd be attack or defense because you got the potential for him to act as both, I think. But yeah, anyway, I'm making this video because obviously Overwatch 2 just released and I finally got through the fucking dog shit servers and the terrible service they have like the accounts. And yeah, the game's very fun. I'm very much liking it. So I might as well make a video of it. I might do like other videos that I just Overwatch. I had an Overwatch video on my channel ages ago. I don't think it's still up on the channel. I don't know why. I can't remember what it was about, but yeah, I've done it before. Back in like 2019, that would have been the last time I played Overwatch until the sequel release, and yeah, it's fun. It's very fun. I like it. Now Sector, oh my god, Sector would be dope. Um, Sector's definitely another DPS. I I don't think he has any potential defense stuff in his arsenal. He has like a flamethrower, of course, and rockets and shit. He'd probably have like a fly ability. So he'd be kind of like Pharaoh, I reckon. So yeah, we're gonna go with attack for this one. Next is Jade. Now Jade could be. Jade could be. I think a few things here. You know, because she can make her like shield, and that's kind of like a support ability. That's something you could argue that would be defensive. Because what we're looking at for support, you know, like I'm gonna have to reach for like what would count as like support abilities, because obviously we don't have many healers in MK. Jade does not have any healing stuff, but she does have like invincibility, barrier. Maybe she could like pass on the barrier with people. And early Overwatch, you did have one of the support heroes, Symmetra, who just became a DPS hero, but she never heals anyone. But I'm going to go with a logic that to be a support, you have to heal people, because that is the standard. That's been the standard for about 3 years or something now. So yeah, I'll go with defense for Jade. That's Ashra. But Ashra, probably looking at another damage hero. You know, because she just have abilities related to her, that, like, heavenly magic thing, the like, white energy stuff she has. I stuff like her torpedo spin, to get in, like, fights and stuff, so, definitely another attack hero there. Blaze, now, yeah, Blaze is gonna be a tank, and I'm sure we'll see this for most of the bosses, because he's a beefy boy. He's gonna be a tank, right? That's the standard for tanks. It's just, are you big? Are you beefy? And yeah, he'd have like a lot of lava ability stuff, of course. So yeah, an obvious tank there. Now Baraicho, he's a chonker, but I don't think that automatically qualifies you to be a tank. Albeit Roadhog exists, but Roadhog is fucking massive anyway, so. Yeah, I don't know. No, Varaicho, yeah, I could really put Varaicho in like every category here, because tank because haha he's fat. DPS because, you know, it's a fighting game, of course you're gonna have a lot of damage options. But support because, you know, he has his little magic alcohol stuff. I don't see why he kind of like alcohol that heals people, like splashing on people and stuff. It's like, yeah, like I think that would be possible. Just don't have a ferret on your team. So yeah, this is what I mean by I'd have to reach for examples of like how some of these characters could be like supportive in a battle. And I think something like that, like maybe he throws them down and they can give like a little a power boost, but also one for healing, and then he himself can I don't know, maybe his belly bash, like something like that. So yeah, support there. Cassie, you could have her drone around. You could have her deploy it kind of like Torbjorn's turret. So I'm automatically leading to defense there. And obviously, she's actually a character with guns, so yeah, she would definitely fit in a game like Overwatch. With guns, you can have some other abilities that relate to her energy and stuff. Yeah, definitely a defensive character. Now Cetrion, I don't really know here. A lot of damage options, clearly, with like different elements and stuff. She could have like, I mean, her attacks could just be, because she doesn't have like a weapon or anything, so it could just be her using one element and abilities, or using other elements, something like that. So probably an attack hero, but I think I'm gonna put in DPS because you could have like abilities that do protect, like making a wall out of rocks or something. Like she creates a tree in her gameplay, so I don't know. You probably won't be able to include that, but yeah, this is very silly video idea. So I think DPS. Next is Chameleon with a C. I don't even know how he'd work because obviously the whole thing is about copying others, and I don't know if you'd have a character do that consistently. Like, one of the heroes, Echo, actually copies a character for like a limited amount of time. It's basically Shang Tsung's Soul Steal, right? So that already gives me an indicator of what Tsung's ultimate would be and what he would play like in Overwatch. But for a character who constantly has to shapeshift, I don't know. I say shapeshift, but just copying different abilities. They look the same, besides colour. So yeah, I'm going to have to go for DPS on that one. Probably be attack or defense, but yeah, I really don't know, and I don't even have any ideas for how he'd work. Kira, again, the Kano ball is a possible ability, and her stuff would probably be involving like Nightshade, the pink poison stuff, which is called Nightshade. And yeah, you could expand that into a support role. Like, you have characters like Moira who have like this like poison shit for like damage, but then they also have healing stuff on the other hand. You could have Kira function like that, where she has poison but also this like healing stuff, like a yellow mist instead of the purple one. So I think she could be a support. Again, I'm kind of like fabricating a healing ability there. But I think it would fit her, and yeah, that's a neat idea actually. I should probably use that in my fanfic. So yeah, I'm going to say she could be support. Next is Lee May, and Lee May is gotta be a damage hero. All the abilities are offensive, really. Or at least they function in an offensive way. But you got a lot of abilities to choose from, like a Nova Blast. Which I guess when we think about it, because it's like a shooter, you'd think of any projectiles they have as their primary fire, actually, which is interesting. But again, like, it doesn't necessarily have to make sense because, yeah, this is a silly idea. But yeah, you have stuff like a flying fist and a cartwheel kick, stuff like that. Definitely an attack hero. Now, Cyrax I'm going to put on defense because he has his net, he has his bombs, you like plant them and stuff to make like traps for other characters. So yeah, definitely a defensive character. And if a character like him was in Overwatch, then everybody would hate him. Because imagine now, like the nets and you know, like these bombs. I think it's really crazy. Devorah, defense again, because she can like use her bugs and stuff, I'm guessing. I don't have any specific ideas there, but yeah, I something to do with like bugs, like in a MK moveset and stuff where she has other bugs helping her out. That'd probably be her special moves. So yeah. Next is Dagon. Dagon these nuts. Damage hero. I can't think of any other usage for him. You know, just like fire ability stuff. And if we're looking at melee weapons actually, because say you got fire powers, you'll probably be shooting fireballs. Let's say that. Then your ultimate can then be your melee weapon. See, there's an idea. So then, like, Dagon can bust out the Drake swords and just cut up motherfuckers. Now that'd be cool. So I think he'd be an attack. Darius, another attack character, I think, because I just don't think there's anything I can stretch to being in another role. You know, like he has his blue energy stuff and yeah, stuff like that. his gauntlets, and then the energy stuff that is only really used offensively. Like his spinning kick, that'd be a good ability. And he could shoot blasts from it, so that'd probably be fine fight. And then maybe like an ability where he uses his gauntlets to just like stab into someone, maybe something like that. But either way, yeah, he's definitely going to be an attack hero. Now, Ermac's an interesting one. And I think I'm going to lean to support, because you could have like souls like he'd have like a passive self heal regardless because of the souls. But I don't know, like you could probably like stretch his magic like to heal people. I don't have like a particular explanation for that. I just think it would make sense. Otherwise, he'd probably be attack. But I don't want to fill us up with attack characters, so I'm trying to get creative with justifying character being in other classes. Yeah, I just think like his soul magic stuff, you could just have him heal with that. Yeah, he'd have like his telekinetic stuff as like an ultimate, I guess. Like a big telekinetic slam, which is basically what Sigma has. So, yeah, I'm going to say support. Now, Eren, I'm going to put in defense because you can give him his dynamite. You would like Ash. Ash is a much better cowboy character than Eren. Ash is dope. McCree too. I mean Cassidy. McCree doesn't exist. And he also has his Never Beast trap, which is one of like the only cool things in his arsenal. So yeah, he also has like those spiky balls, which again the dynamite and the beast trap can't replace. So yeah, there's a lot of options there. Oh, and the acid. So yeah, there's so many options for what you can have with Eren there when we use defense. Frost. We have an ice user in Overwatch. We have May. Now she can like encase herself with ice to self-heal, and then she can create like ice walls, which made her a defense hero when that was a class. So I'm going to say the same for Frost and probably Sub-Zero, but Sub-Zero is probably going to be more, I don't know. I was going to say more aggressive, but also Frost canonically is like very fucking aggro, so I don't know, they're probably both defense. Next is Ferritol. Now, the two character thing would be odd, to say the least. So, I think it could work. You'd be looking through the perspective of Tor, I imagine, and Tor would function as a tank, and his abilities would be using Ferrer. So yeah, I'm gonna go with that. There's a tank right there, and it's big Tor. Next is Garrus. Garrus, you could probably argue to be a tank. He is a big boy, but we're summing up like massive absolute unit monster characters. I think he just falls short because obviously human like character. And I think there's like defense options. Again, he could probably make like a wall hypothetically. His time stuff, you could. I don't even know what you could do with that. There's a lot. I mean, we have Trace who can like rewind himself and like blink through time. Garrus would not be that fast, no fucking way. But he could have like a self rewind ability to heal himself and then continues to damage people. So I think he's defense or attack, one or the other. So I'm gonna put him in DPS for that. Next is Goro. I think all the Shokan are going to be tanks because they're the Shokan. And they can use like their fireballs and abilities, have some abilities using their daggers or whatever. Dragon Fangs in Goro's case. And yeah, you could have the Shokan Stomp as a special move where they go off screen and drop down, which we see a lot in Overwatch. Like Doomfist's ultimate, which does that even exist still? I think they must have replaced it in the rework because I haven't seen anyone do it in ages. But yeah. Next is Havoc. Havoc, I'm leaning towards support. Not only could he like self-heal or break his own bones, but I don't know. You could give him some quirky magic like that. Maybe, yeah, actually, maybe he when he has like just this one fire ability, but if it hits a teammate, it heals him, kind of like Anna's sniper darts, and that's just because of chaos quirkiness. I was going to suggest like an ability where he will grab you and just break one of your fucking bones and it heals you. But yeah, no, I don't think that'd work, hypothetically. And you go like a spinning torso thing as an attack. His ultimate could be, I don't know. Maybe the spinning torso attack would be his ultimate. But yeah, I think you get creative with Havoc's abilities. We already know like a decent amount from his deception moveset, of course. Anyway. Next is Hotaru. Hotaru, lava stuff, making the lava burst. He could do something with Nagana. Maybe he could throw it for one, kind of like a Arisa's javelin. And yeah, maybe his ultimate would be like slamming it down, like sending like a lava shockwave through the ground or something. Either way, I think we're looking on the offensive side here. So I think he would be an attack hero. Yeah, Panics and Darius. How nice. Suhao. Oh, this is an interesting one. You could give him pulse bombs like Tracer because he blows up the special force base. That could be his ultimate, just doing that. Alternatively, and I think a cooler idea would be his ultimate is sending a massive beam from his chest that lasts like 10 seconds or whatever. Be like a massive beam. We see a lot of ultimates like that, such as Moira's Coalescence, stuff like that, something like that, but it would only damage. And probably do a lot more damage to compensate for that. And then maybe you can have some grapple moves. I don't know how exactly they work. I could argue, hey, that might make him a tank, but again, you know, considering the tanks we've got are inhuman, I think we're just going to say he is an attack character, an attack hero. Yeah. Kung Lao could have like a teleport to his teammates or something, kind of like Kariko. He could use his hat as a projectile, like an ability. He has like the weird like spiritual ancestor stuff in MK11, which he could use like as primary fire, I guess. And his hat could be the abilities. And yeah, again, I think this is leaning towards attack. Can't think of anything else for him. So yeah, I'm gonna chuck him an attack. One a new row for attack. And this doesn't surprise me that this would be the biggest group, considering, you know, it's from a fighting game, and in anything you're gonna get more attack heroes because the requirement for that is less specific. Next is Jackie. Jackie's an interesting one. I think we see a lot of her kit in Overwatch, really. Firstly, her gauntlets can shoot stuff. You could have an ability that swaps out her primary fire for something a little more impactful, such as regular bullets turn to rockets, or the plasma stuff she has. You can give her a big jump boost thing like Baptiste, with the robo legs. I said that, but the cybernetic legs. She still got her legs, but the robot stuff, the metal stuff, the armor. And yeah, something like that. And again, I think we're leaning towards attack here. But you could maybe have her shoot out some healing stuff instead. But I'm still leaning towards attack, just because, and just how much you could use with gauntlets, I think you want to make it all offensive. So yeah, next is Jax, another offensive character. Big metal fist. He's got his shotguns, and he has an assault rifle and some stuff. So you can give him whatever gun really as his primary fire. Maybe his shotgun is his second fire or whatever. Then you can have him do some of his metal fist. Maybe do his ground pound for his ultimate. That would work. But yeah, I think he's another attack hero. Another one. Johnny Cage. Let me think, because yeah, I really don't think I don't think there's any options to not permanent attack again. I think this is just another attack character, and have his force balls as main fire, and then maybe like his kick, his nut punch as a special ability, stuff like that. But again, I think it's just all the offensive abilities. So yeah, there you go. Now Cabal, Speedy Boy. I don't know how that would work in something like this. I mean, Overwatch doesn't have a run thing, except Sombra, who starts like just fucking sprinting when she's invisible. So I guess you can make her Cabal Super Speed work like that. I'm actually Soldier 76 is a run button. Yeah, crazy. That's an ability someone's able to run. So yeah, Cabal could have that. He goes super fast. I guess he'd use buzz swords as his primary fire. So if we're looking at range stuff, and then his abilities would be hook swords, and his ultimate, I don't know what that would be. But yeah, I think this is again an attack character. Jesus, it's stacked. We've had a lot in a row. Kai, I think we got another attack character. What the fuck? I can't think of anything else for these guys because he just has fire abilities and stuff. And you get creative with what the fire is used for, but I don't see how his like power set would relate to anything but being on the attack. So yeah, I ain't got much to say with that one. Kano, I think is actually defense. I think he would be a good defense character because you can have him use his tools for like various stuff like Molotovs. He has a magnet trap in MK11 for some fucking reason. His game is fucking nuts. So yeah, I think you could definitely give him like some crazy tools to use for defense. You could even have him make a turret or whatever. I don't know. But yeah, I think you have a lot of options to make him a defense character, basically. I just don't know clearly what. Kenshi, this is probably another attack character, ain't it? Telekinesis stuff, which would be interesting to see in play, because that's all he's got. I guess you can make him a melee character with Sento. Yeah, I can't think of anything else. I think you got your telekinetic abilities. But I think Kenshi's going to be used offensively, whereas you have like Soul Magic for Ermac. And just like that, we got a second row done for attack. So, crikey. Chameleon, same as C-Median. I don't really know how many logic for. I just think they'd have to be attack or defense. Kintaro is another tank. Again, the Shokan, probably just going to be tanks, right? He has some really cool stuff. Like, he has a good ground pound thing, which like launches people to him in Armageddon. Obviously, your fireballs. You can do a big Shogun. So, same stuff as I mentioned with Goro, you could apply it to Kintaro. And Shiva too, basically. So, I guess I might as well move Shiva up now. Yeah. There you go, Shiva. Still a lot of characters. Okay. Let's speed run through some of these. Katana, you could. Again, it's probably mainly offensive, but I think there's some defensive options. Because. Actually, what am I on about? I'm trying to think. She has like with like her wind magic stuff. She can do some odd things with it. Like, I guess you could use it as stuns. Like hold people up in the air or something with it. I'm just gonna put in DPS. Okay. Collector again has a bunch of tools, which is very interesting. Because it means you have a lot of options for him. I think you could even be support. I think you could like just give him some like healing vials or whatever, along with the cursed vials, with like the green and blue fiery stuff. So again, it's kind of like a juggling between like two versions of the same power, right? So yeah, I'm gonna put collector in support. Ko could use his sun ray to heal people, and I guess he can animal for his ultimate. You'd probably do some melee stuff as his specials, and you could have him make totems, which if you're in the range of, it would heal you. So yeah, he has healing options there, and he'd also, but I don't think he'd do a tremendous amount of healing. I think he'd be one of the healers where you do a lot of damage with, but also you have enough healing options to be classed as support, right? So yeah, I think we got another support there. Kung Jin, he'd act as a sniper because of his bow, but you could have some up close stuff with like the staff part of it. And yeah, I think I'll make him DPS because I guess I could make him defense because Hunter and Widowmaker would consider defense because snipers are from afar. So I'm going to apply our logic and say defense for Kung Jin. But yeah, the cat's on the water ball. I think that's twice now I've seen it on my window, at the bowl I put outside for. Yeah, that's cute. That cat would absolutely be in the tank class, 100%. Liu Kang, like Kai, I don't think there's any defensive options really. So yeah, that's literally all I have to say. I just don't think there's any defensive options. Meat. You could drop down steaks for people to eat. You know, like you'd walk over and act like a health pack. God, what a fucking random idea I've just had there. I think yeah, have that. And then you can give him like his meaty slide. You can give him a teleport to his allies. So yeah, fuck it. Meat's a support character now. Baraka is probably offensive again. I mean, actually, you could use his war flag to like kind of kill his totem, where like if you're in a range, you would get a buff, but I think it'd be a damage boost rather than a healing boost. So yeah, I'll put him in defense for that. Other than that, you have like, I guess Blade Sparks would be his primary fire, which is fun to think about. And yeah, Fujin, wind stuff. That would be very interesting. I think that just makes him an attack character. I don't see how wind can protect or support. And he's definitely not a tank. He's not big enough for that. So yeah, I got another attack character there. Chronica, same as Garrus really in terms of what she could do. I was gonna say tank, but no, because she is actually very small. But in gameplay she like floats and looks big, but in Overwatch it doesn't matter. You have characters levitating all the time, like Echo. So yeah, I'll just stick with whatever Garrus is. Next to Cetrion as well. How nice! Got the whole family, got the whole squad. Next is Rain. Now Rain, you could have him make water bubbles to protect teammates, not like Zarya's but shield bubble. And you could also have the bubbles be offensive too, like to drag someone away, like control the bubble, and it's corner someone. His primary fire could just be like a constant water beam. Maybe Katar toss is like a special and like latches onto him, causes them to take damage over time, something like that. But yeah, looking at defense there then, because I think the water bubble, and maybe you could make like a water wall or something, like, I don't know. Maybe it's more just I said DPS, but I don't know. I like the bubble idea, which would make him defense, I think. Scarlet, definitely support. You know, blood magic heals stuff, heals itself. And yeah, you have a lot of other options then for abilities because, you know, blood magic, you can essentially make everything with it. You could, like, have her gain more health as she does damage, but then you could argue that and make her kind of like a tank. So, I don't know. Maybe just make it so, yeah, maybe just don't increase, like, a overall health bar. Just have it, because that'll be very overpowered. But just have it like she heals herself as she does damage. You could make her damage be like a Moira. Moira's little grip thing where you just hold the right trigger and like you'll just absorb players' blood. Yeah, and then you could make a blood ball that bounces around and heals you or damages you. So yeah, she's literally Moira. Okay, cool. Shang Tsung, probably offensive, but again, I think there's some support options there, kind of like soul magic, and also the fact he can his almost be shapeshifting or someone, so you could use that to be a support. But yeah, I think looking at another DPS card, I don't know if he'd be attack or defense. It really depends on his skill set because he could be either of those. He could even be support, like I mentioned. So yeah, a lot of options. Taven, I think he has to be another attack one like his brother. So yeah, we'll do that. Because again, fire powers and stuff. I just don't see anything other than an attack abilities. Dramin, this is an interesting one. His all it could be his ground pound, his Iconic Jax again. Obviously this is a full game. I wouldn't be giving the characters all this very similar stuff. I'm just thinking like hypothetically. And he can like self heal himself. Like his only bow. But that doesn't make him a support because healing himself is kind of basting self repair in a way, I guess. Like the longer he bows, the more health he gains. I don't know. Yeah, I guess shooting flies would be his primary fire. I think he's attack. Movado, they're attack one, but you could like have him do some things that are ranged with his ropes. I guess you can have him make like rope traps. You can have him make like tripwires, trip some people up, and have that like as like a stun. I don't know. I think I'll put him in DPS because I think there's some potential for either defense or attack. Moloch, blatant tank right there. I don't think I need to explain why Moloch would be a tank. I think it's pretty obvious. And yeah. Dairu would... That's interesting because he can like swap with other players. I don't think that would work in this game, but like you could again give him like a teleport of sorts to teammates maybe, or even to enemies, or to just wherever, kind of like Reaper's teleport. Then you can give him like his shuriken thing. I guess that would be his primary fire, like the magic shurikens. Tombstone drop would be his ultimate, and yeah. So I don't know. I think that would make him attack, but I guess you could argue defensive if he can like teleport to people. We'll put him in DPS. We'll just put him there. Onaga, I guess where he's going. Tank. There we are. Mocap, I don't know how he'd work here. He has like the white telekinetic magic stuff. And maybe that has like a healing power to it, because I think it would fit Mocap as like a character if he was in a support role. I just don't think anything is like existing moveset comes across as that. But you could like give it healing properties. And also you can have it like do knockback or telekinesis and stuff to just like keep people away from your team and like heal them. You could maybe like have him like use the fucking sensor balls as like Symmetra orbs and like stick him to the wall and they like shoot out like his magic. I don't know. Or just put him in support. Why not? Tanya's probably attack again, just fire magic stuff. It would be so cool to have a character with like her human drill. That shit's just fucking dope. So yeah, she'd be cool to play as. I think she's an attack hero. Ataro, Minotaur or Centaur. I think he'd be a tank either way. I think he has some crazy stuff like charging into motherfuckers. Be like a Reinhardt charge. There we go. That'd be cool. And I guess you need to think of like some of these having a shield. But yeah, I don't think any would. I mean, you could make up them on a shield. Like one of the... Shiva has a shield actually, MKM, but it's just like a personal shield, so that doesn't really matter. Now we got Cobra. Again, Cobra. Very offensive boy. Offensive. Oh god, that's worded wrong. He's an aggressive boy, and so it fits him to be an attack character. He's gonna use like his fireball stuff, and maybe have like bust out his machete to like cut through people as a special ability. Yeah, I think he'd be an attack character, definitely. Yeah. Now Nightwolf. Now it could be a defense one because of his glow thing to deflect stuff, and maybe he has the ability to actually put that glow over other people to give him temporary invulnerability to projectiles. So yeah, I think that alone, and then obviously you can give him some stuff with his tomahawks and give him like a shoulder bash or whatever. His Ermac can be like the Great Spirit, like he summons them, and they'd be like a little spirit thing. I don't know if they'd work like the Shimada Brothers, like the dragons, or if it'd be like a Reiko's Kitsune, which like just helps the other team. Either way, I think it would fit for a defensive role. So yeah, Natara. I was gonna say support, but I feel her like self-healing stuff would just be for herself, because like chomp onto people as an ability and that would heal you, let's say. I don't know how she'd pass her magic on to others. Like I guess you could have like a special case with like Scarlet where like say her primary fire is her blood spit, so she can use that on a Scarlet and it heals Scarlet. Scar doesn't need any more healing, but there's a little perk there. Besides that, she's probably defense or attack, so I'm going to say DPS there. Quan Chi, I think also DPS, because I think with his magic, you could like give him like the first you can have Puggles. You can have Puggles, summon Puggles, and Puggles is Hellbat. And Puggles can just like do his own thing, kind of like a turret. But then also you can have him like make those what are they called? The things on the floor. Fuck. The little ritual ring things. Oh my god, how do I not know the word? You know what I mean. And they can have like different properties. Maybe they can even heal. So you can say support. I'm going to say defense, though. I think he's at least there. Raiden. Raiden's DPS, right? I think he can make like a lightning shield for himself or other people, which could make him defensive. Something like that. Otherwise, all this stuff is offensive. If no... I can't stop thinking saying that. Raiden, you are so offensive. Shaking my head. SMH my head. Reiko, yeah, he's another aggro boy. He'd probably be an attack character, considering what he has. So yeah, attack. There's like a shoulder bash, and like you can use the crude hammer, stuff like that. I done a third row for attack. Let's go for you real quick. Scorpion, you can give him his spear, like that would act like Roadhog's hook actually. Roadhog's hook is so much cooler than a Scorpion spear, fight me. But yeah, I know that makes him a tank. I just think that would be ability that he would have, and then I guess he could also have a teleport. So I don't know. He'd be DPS though, is what I know. So yeah, God, it's looking just like the real Overwatch where the DPS group is way bigger. Also, keep in mind attack and defense. If we were following like Overwatch logic, these middle three, they would all count as one class. So yeah, Striker. I like the idea that he could be support, doing police stuff. You give him like a riot shield, protect himself, kind of like Brigitte. Oh my god, that's so nice to pronounce. No one knows how you pronounce fucking Brigitte's name. Fucking Baguette, the Baguette lady. I like that, and then yeah, I don't know. Obviously, his handgun would be a projectile. He could have like some grenades, but maybe give him some heal grenades if we're looking at him as a support character. So yeah, Reptile, you can give him invisibility, and you can just run around. I like Sombras. I think that would work perfectly. You give him a wall climb as well, stick to the walls, give him acid spit. And I guess like if like you get stuck in the acid, it can slow you down. Let's say. Maybe it's probably fine, and like you could give him like the acid ball as like his extra ability. I'll make it like a really big acid ball for like his ultimate. I don't know. Maybe his primary fight is actually just him like spitting acid all over you. And maybe he has healing acid that can heal his team. Fucking, he's a support. I don't care. Serena. I'm trying to think. It's Kia who can heal. Okay, yeah. So Kia and Jataka are friends. I would say Kia would be support, and then Jataka would be like DPS. Same for Serena then. Because Kia can heal, and they just, a lot of offensive stuff. No, a lot of attacking stuff. So yeah. Because fire magic, throwing knives, throw the knives and stuff. It's the primary fire. So you're probably an attack hero. There you are, Serena. Shao Kahn, that is a tank. I think he's probably the smallest tank here. Well, actually, no, Tor's here. He's probably the same size as Tor. But yeah, I still think he'd be a tank. Because again, big good boss boy. Just makes sense. Shinnok. No, Shinnok. I think, again, he's a smaller dude. But I think it would work if he was also a tank. Again, we're looking at, like, especially Overwatch 2 tanks where they are tankier. I think that fits Shinnok. And maybe you can make, like, CPU ran, like, replicas of the enemy team every, like, 30 seconds or something. With, like, really low health. But, yeah, I don't know, something like that to show off his mimicry. And then, like, you can give him, like, use his dark magic to just throw, like, projectile pellets or whatever. And you can have, like, a force field, which, yeah, there you are. There's our shield character. Give him, like, a shield to protect himself and his team. There's so much you could do. I mean, you could even give him, like, some bone magic stuff. Like, shoot a bone hand thing, and, like, it catches the enemy. Maybe that's, like, his ultimate, where, like, if you're in the range, like, you're in, like, his range, and a bunch of bone hands will come up and grab you. Like, I don't know. I think it's having a tank. And because it's fucking Shinnok, you can justify the smaller dude having so much health. So yeah, Shijinko. It's like, I don't know how he'd play. Again, it's like Chameleon KB. I don't know how it'd work. He'd probably DS. Actually, maybe he's support. if we think, I maybe think about it this way. Let's think about this, right? So he would gain abilities of his teammates, which actually then that would depend on his class, and so I don't fucking know. I don't know about him, but there's an idea for. Then they gain like some whatever abilities, and they change over time from their teammates. I don't know. There's a thought. Maybe you choose like what like role you want to take abilities from. I have no clue how they'd work. Not a fucking clue. There's two Sindals. We don't want Celevendal here. Sorry, Takeda. We're out here. But we do have Sindal. Sindal. Probably DPS of some sort. I don't know what she'd do. Like she can like scream and stuff. But actually, yeah, I think it's all just attack stuff. Hair whip, you grab some motherfuckers with that. Takeda, again, I think it's another kind of only attack options. And I think it has like a little pulse spray that he can throw. Maybe has like some healing variant of that. But yeah, I think he's got to be like DPS. But yeah, maybe there are defensive options for him now. So probably makes a Scorpion. Smoke. Man, I don't know. With Smoke. Yeah, I'm like given like an ability where you could. I guess a power would be interesting because it's range one. So if you shoot at him, I'll just drop in on you, and then like you can then follow that up with him like fading away the smoke. It's funny actually because I know like Overwatch has been like experimenting with like characters having like smoke stuff. Like Rico had like smoke bombs, I think, originally, but it turns like the whole battlefield into like just covered in smoke, and they don't think that fits for the game, at least not now. So yeah, I don't think he'd work at all, hypothetically, but if he were to be here, he'd probably be defense, maybe. I don't fucking know. DPS, because I don't know. Sonya can make like a little like a crab turret thing from NK11. Has the onion rings, so there's a primary fire. Besides that, I don't know. I think again because you can have like a turret thing, I think that makes a defense. Sub-Zero, same logic as Frost actually. So we'll put him next. Obviously, you could change up what they do, so you can make one more defensive, one more on the attack. But yeah, I'm fine with keeping him there. And Noob is, I don't know. I don't fucking know. I mean, we have Reaper. They're both edgy. You probably DPS of some sort. You can make like shadow paws. I think that could have like some defensive properties to him. I have no clue. Melina has a teleport. Can teleport to allies. She doesn't have anything that could be heal. She can use the heal though. So yeah, I'm probably looking at like a very speedy kind of like Tracer attack hero, I think. So yeah, I'll go with that. Next to her mother. Very nice. Now Tremor, I think actually is a tank. You could have like rock stuff, obviously. That'd be his power set. Maybe like a little rock throw is just his primary attack estimate. Maybe he's even a melee character because tanks being melee characters isn't unheard of. So I don't know specifically why he do, but I think he would clearly fit as a tank. So yeah, I think that's all. Yeah, there's our list. Hold on, man. And now we have it. Every character to an Overwatch character. Again, the DPS stuff is actually just one class technically, but it used to be split in attack and defense. Hence, we're doing it like that. I think it adds some more variety and makes me think more than just, well, they'd be DPS, obviously. So yeah, we got a decent amount of every class, I think, here. And yeah, it's fun going through some ideas. And it's made me think about some new abilities these characters could have, like, in general, not just an Overwatch style game. But yeah, so thank you for watching, everyone. And this is 55 minutes in. Fucking hell, this went way longer than I was expecting. I'm recording this on a Monday because that's the entire my camera cord. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video, which is probably a Frosted Talks. Actually, no, I think I'll release the Frosted Talks part 3 before this. I don't fucking know, but see you when I see you. Bye.